Hello, I'm 8mm Mauser Man, and this is a video on Indian ammo from 1992, 7.62 by 51mm. As always, it really helps me out a lot if you can like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because those things let me know that you really like 7.62 by 51 videos, and that lets YouTube know that you like 7.62 by 51 videos. You'll probably want to watch this whole video because some really interesting stuff happened with this ammo. You'll have to excuse that there is some background noise and some wind, but today we have Indian 7.62 by 51. $2,781. $2,745. $2,734. $2,774. $2,748. $2,809. $2,785. Error. $2,807. And this round was either bent when I loaded it into the magazine, or it got bent while it was feeding. I'm actually unsure, but I only brought out 10 rounds today, so I won't be able to fire my last round. So that was our time on the range. This time I only fired 8 rounds instead of our normal 9 or 10, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Our velocity low was 2,734, and our velocity high was 2,809. That leads to a total spread of 75 feet per second from the lowest to the highest. There have been some rounds that have been better, there have been some rounds that have been worse. That's not bad. Our average velocity is 2,772.9 feet per second. So this is just right in the middle of the others. As we would expect for ammo from this date, every single round fired correctly, except for this one right here that broke while I was loading it into the chamber. What I have here is a package of Indian 7.62 by 51. So you can see it says 10 rounds, 7.62 by 51 millimeter, NATO ball manufacturing in India. And then just the price tag on what I paid for it. All right, it just comes in this sealed plastic package. All right, let's look at one of these head stamps. So it says KF 92 762B. Now, our powder is where things start to get a little bit interesting. I pulled apart 9 bullets. Of the 9, 7 of them all had one kind of powder. However, 2 others had a different kind of powder, so I'll put those up on the screen. This is the typical grain powder that we've seen in several of the 7.62 by 51 rounds, and this is what 7 out of the 9 rounds that I pulled had. Then some of them had this style powder, and you can see that there are those little balls in there, but there are also these round-shaped flakes, and then the other one was this kind right here, which is the little pellets. So I'm really surprised that this one round had 3 different kinds of powder in it. Of the 7 that all had the one kind of powder, the lowest one was 43.5, and the highest was 44.1, leading to a total spread of 0.6, and the average for those rounds was 43.84 grains. So that all seems pretty normal. But one of the powders was a mixed kind, where it was the type of powder that was in all the other rounds mixed with a grain or a flake type thing. That one had a weight of 43.1 grains. And then the final round was only grain powder, and it had a weight of 39.4 grains. So you can see that those two are both lighter than all of the others, and it appears that that might be to help them shoot at the same velocity even though they are different powders. Very strange. Now I want to be clear that all of this ammo came from the same package. By that I mean I had two packages, one package I shot, the other package I tore down the bullets. This round that broke as I was loading it, I managed to pull the bullet out, and it also has the first type of powder that most of the rounds had. Now, I don't know this for certain, of course, because I didn't pull them apart before I shot them, but presumably some of the rounds that I shot would have had those different powders too, and they all shot the same. So while this is strange, I don't necessarily know that it caused any problems, but it is something we should note about this ammo. So let's wrap this up. This is 8mm Mauser Man from the future, and I realized that I forgot to record the bullet segment. The bullet weight low was 143.5, and the bullet weight high was 144.6. That leads to an average of 144.4. All of these are within the realm of reason. That spread is pretty reasonable, and that average is pretty average. Here are the bullets for the Indian ammo. You can see that they have some sealant on there. That's the black line right there. And the crimp is a full line going all the way around. Then they're just normal pointed bullets, and then the base is hollow with a little bit of lead on the inside, and these do not attract a magnet. Would I continue to use this ammo if I found it and it was more affordable than some others? Yes, definitely. For training, for practice, for just shooting for fun, those kinds of things. However, I would not consider using this type of ammo in any type of defensive or duty capacity. And there are two main reasons for that. The first one is because I only loaded 10 rounds into the magazine, and one of them had a serious issue. Now that could just be very, very, very bad luck, but my gun stopped up because of one round. The second thing is that powder issue really just makes me nervous about this ammo. I still think it's safe to shoot, but I'm nervous about it because it shows that not all of this ammo was produced to the same specification, so there might be an issue that might cause a jam or a stoppage. However, again, I don't think that would necessarily be a danger issue. There is a third reason too, and it's that this ammo came packaged in sleeves instead of boxes. And these plastic sleeves, well, they're fine for keeping out the elements and those kinds of things. And that's actually something I would give this ammo credit for, is it appears that they were pretty good at keeping out the elements because there was good sealant inside of the shell here and around the primer. But I don't think that protects the ammo from damage like this round received. So, if you see this ammo and you're looking for practice ammo or training ammo, I would think it's pretty good, plus it is boxer prime, so it's reloadable. However, if you're looking for duty or use ammo, or even competition ammo, I would stay away from this just because I'm not so sure it's going to be reliable enough for something like that. So I hope this video was really helpful to you. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share it. Those things really help me out a lot. But I fired Indian 7.62x51 ammo from 1992, and I lived on. Which proves it's hard to get the best of a man named John. John. John.